Cheers! Welcome to Movie Bitches! RuPaul's Drag Race, Season 9, Episode 3!
This episode was great.
This episode was great. I mean, still was frustrated there was no mini challenge.
There's still, it's not perfect. It's not perfect, no. but by comparison,
this was so much more fun.
Great.
Thank God.
Yeah. They actually had a challenge.
Right.
That was creative and challenging.
First things first.
Oh, right.
Shout out to our one sponsor, trywink.com/moviebitches. You get $20 off your first month of wine.
So they all come back into the workroom. Yes. And they're still all being really mean to James.
I mean, James was very insecure and she just wasn't sure of herself.
Can we talk about how they didn't read her goodbye message?
Yeah, they were like, anyway.
Yeah.
She was terrible. Clearly she's gonna go first. Like, everyone just piled on and was just like, she was a mess.
Second she walked in, I saw the fear in the eyes, and I just saw her get defeated.
I don't want it to seem like I think James is like, the most talented drag queen ever.
No,
I just didn't think she was as bad as they are saying.
They were just so dismissive.
And then Kimura's like, I'm just like really shocked that I was in the bottom. And I was like,
no,
girl.
No, she was really underdogged.
I'm feeling so underdogged because compared to James, I was like a 10 to a 1.
Didn't know that was a word.
She made it a verb.
An adjective.
ED.
She is underdogged.
It's something that's happening to her.
No,
it's like a thing.
It's a description of her.
But it's like an act that's being like done to her.
No, she didn't underdog, underdog.
Like, oh, she's being underdogged.
I don't know, whatever. Okay, fine.
We might leave this in.
No.
Because it's gonna come up later.
I'm really looking forward to knocking you out of your winner spot, okay?
Yeah, she's won a challenge. Whatever.
I'm excited that Trinity came to play.
I am too, because I am excited that I was dead wrong about her.
Dead wrong about Trinity.
I'm so glad, and I really like her.
I like her.
I'm having a lot more fun with her.
Yes.
Like her in the workroom with Ru, we'll get to it, but like.
Oh yes.
She's just like, I'm seeing a lot more fun from her than I expected from like the Meet the Queens.
Ru comes on, and I did just love Ru's wicked laugh that went on for days.
I would be disappointed if they didn't.
Oh yeah, it just went on for a very long time, and I appreciated it. It was just like, like it just kept going.
Okay, so they come into the workroom, and Valentina is just living. She is like singing. Like, she's giving me some like Snow White realness.
Like there might as well have been cartoon birds.
Exactly, exactly.
Twittering around her.
Landing on her arm, her outstretched arm.
Just like, oh me.
Silly nonsense.
Oh me. So Ru comes into the workroom in a fabulous cheetah print suit. I have a question for you. Was I or was I not right to be totally fucking terrified of Ru's wax figure?
Don't you love the way her eyes follow you around the room?
This episode in particular, it was particularly terrifying.
I called it.
Yeah.
They're talking about, maybe she has cameras in her eyes. I was like, that's the shit I'm scared of. I don't like them. I don't like them. But then didn't you think, so I was like, this is gonna go somewhere.
I thought it was gonna be part of the challenge. They're just like, okay.
They're gonna show, it was gonna be like a shade tree, which they also forgot about, and be like, we're gonna show them all like looking at Ru and being like, talk, because I was like, I'm sure there's embarrassing footage of them like talking to Ru and like pretending, or like they might have led them to go talk to the Ru statue, and I was like, I can't wait for this montage. That did not happen at all. What was that? What was the point of that?
I think it was just a thing that they were like, hey, we have to work Madame Tussauds Wax Museum into this.
They lent us this. We really gotta get this product placement in there.
We are contractually obligated.
Even though we're gonna terrify people away from ever wanting to go to our establishment. So that happened. And then Ru gives them the challenge, which is you have to create your own fairy tale princess with your own comedic sidekick, I guess. That was implied.
I guess it was implied. It didn't necessarily have to be comedic, but it's Drag Race.
It turned out that it did have to be.
Well.
Because of things that happened later.
Well, yeah, I guess so. If someone had given me an actual, like, a good flounder.
Sure, just like a real cute one.
Why not?
So then they're all sort of, deciding what their looks are gonna be and everything. And Aja is very confident.
I feel like I might have this one in the bag.
I thought of you
Always.
the moment she said, I'm pretty sure I got this in the bag.
I was like, oh no, kiss of death. You never say that. You never say, I'm not really worried about this one. I think I'm safe. Oh no. Oh no. It's not even like, oh, you're gonna be okay. It's just like, oh, then you're gonna crash and burn and be on fire, and then it's just like, oh no. So I knew.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is gonna be entertaining.
Yeah.
But then she says some things that's hilarious to me. She was like,
I have the new age mindset to kind of like make this extremely avant-garde and high fashion.
I'm sorry, girl, with your assless chaps?
I just realized this week what Farrah out of drag reminds me of. She's totally giving me like Julianne Hough.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah, I can see that.
She's really pretty, blonde, she looks Mormon,
You know, it's funny, so are we gonna get into it now or no?
Get into what?
Farrah.
I mean, sure.
I really kind of like Pheromone.
I kind of do too.
And also she was so annoying this episode.
I guess.
I mean, I get it, Farrah moans because good
She does.
God.
She does.
No.
Well, I
like
can't believe nobody made that joke. Like, Eureka wasn't like, I'll just pick that one up off the floor. Yes, she was annoying, but it was so cartoony.
It was.
I couldn't be mad.
It wasn't like, oh, I've never bothered to learn how to sew. It's just like, yeah, it doesn't work.
That's not my thing.
Yeah.
Because she was like, I've sewn pillowcases and tote bags. Fingers crossed I make it through this one, guys. This was my challenge to just pray I got through it. And then she did. So like both Farrah and Kimora don't know how to sew, right? And Farrah is in some ways adorably whiny. And Kimora is like, oh my God, shut up.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. I know that's like a small distinction, but there's some.
Well, you know what it is like.
Well, she's just so dumb.
Kimora.
I mean, she literally says.
I don't work in a sweatshop. That's not what I signed up for. This is not America's Next Top Sweatshop.
She doesn't really know words. Or how to use them. I was like, America's Next Top Sweatshop Worker?
But even then, that joke is terrible.
Oh, it's a terrible joke.
My thing with her is really
Make a
just...
Kathy Lee Gifford joke or something.
She wouldn't know.
She doesn't know who that is, probably.
No, the big thing is like her entitlement.
It's not like, oh, I don't know how to sew. It's that I shouldn't have to sew.
Because I just pay people for that.
Because I have enough money to pay people to sew for me.
Right.
So Eureka, while she is still not my favorite at all, is kind of growing on me a little bit mainly because she made a Templeton the Rat joke.
Thank you for the rat.
You're
Come on,
welcome.
Templeton.
And I was like, yes, Poland, yes.
Fare thee well, Charlotte, you old schemer. This will be a night to remember.
She has calmed.
Yes. And she's like smart and she has references and like
She has references.
I like that she was thinking outside of the box for this.
I mean, I have a lot of problems with what she ended up with.
100%.
But she did think outside.
At least I'll give her that, And I think that that's largely perhaps why she was safe, was that it was like, you did something different.
You weren't from space or from the sea. Shay was like our tour director this episode because it would just be like her walking from each station being like, what are you doing?
How are you feeling about this challenge, girl? Ooh, what's this that you got here, Kimora? So what are you going for? You're going for like sea princess? Oh my God, Trinity, you've never looked more beautiful than you do.
What are you doing? Fabulous. And then it would cut to her confessional and she'd be like, this is the challenge.
For this challenge, we have to create a fantasy fairy tale princess and a sassy sidekick.
And she was really just like, and we're walking, and we're walking, and we're stopping.
We're walking, and we're stopping.
I enjoyed it quite a bit.
We're walking.
Oh, I mean, I love me some Bonnie Hunt. Oh my God, what if someone did Bonnie Hunt for Snatch Game? It'd have to be a clever bitch, though.
It would.
I would love that.
Also, like...
But would it be Bonnie Hunt specifically from Jumanji? the braid and everything.
Also, like, do you think anyone could pull off Meg Ryan?
Like, they'd have to get all of her cute little, like, mannerisms and, like, her weird facial things. Like, they'd have to be a really good impression.
Yes.
You know? Lactose intolerant!
Lactose intolerant!
I remember liking that movie, but I don't...
French Kiss is so good.
I just don't think I've seen it in a long time.
Leak.
Leak.
No, not leak. Leak.
Leak.
Leak. I mean, it has Kevin Kline. I'm there. That's all you needed to say.
Do you like Kevin Kline?
Anyway, oh my god, do I love Kevin Kline. It's literally the reason I agreed to see Beauty and the Beast. And he was the best goddamn part of that movie.
Yeah.
Spoilers for our review that's coming up. So then they have given them all this sort of, it looks like to be just a Mad Libs of like, once upon a time, Princess blank. Like, didn't you see them all writing their stories?
Oh.
And that's why Kimura was like, what's an adjective?
What is an adjective?
Apparently she's never been on a road
Just say talk to.
I'm not going to conversate with you. I'm not going to invest time.
I think it's
in
converse.
you. Huh?
Just say talk. I'm not gonna talk to you.
I'm not going to talk to them. I did love that Cynthia had to explain it.
You're beautiful. Beautiful is
So beautiful is the adjective. I'm gonna put delicious. Is that an adjective? Yeah, that's a super adjective.
It's like a super adjective.
Just like underdogged,
Oh my gosh.
which is a verb.
I guess. They underdogged me. You're right.
Yes!
But also you could say she is underdogged.
yes, you could.
Which would be an adjective. It's not a word! That's the problem.
The problem is it's unclassifiable. Because it is in fact not a word. So Ru comes over to Aja's station.
Right.
And she's just like, I'm just really confident, girl. Like, I just feel like I'm gonna nail this and I'm like really great and everything's great. And Ru is like,
You know, I've heard that before.
And then what's funny though is
death.
that
Kiss
like
of death.
literally you just see Aja shut down. It was like, whoa. But I say, you know, it was a bummer for me. Was like Aja had this like kind of sweet thing about like how she was inspired by her mom.
right,
And-
her mom is volcanic.
And it was like a good story, like a good visual, and like whatever. Like I got.
Ru's face was saying, I'm not buying anything that you're selling. Her face was like, right. So that's what you come up with? Like, she was not having it.
True.
But I agree that it did, like, she had a story.
Right.
It did not come across.
Well, I guess the issue was that she had an inspiration, but I don't know if she translated that into like a story.
There you go.
Yeah.
So then, Ru goes over to Valentina.
Oh my god.
In her Norma Desmond realness. I was just like, yeah. It was like very To Catch a Thief, you know, I was just like, oh, yeah, it's like whatever. It was fabulous.
Yep.
And then she talks about, she's wearing these giant glasses because she shaved off half her eyebrows, and she makes a Brooke Shields Blue Lagoon joke. I mean, say what you will about Valentina. People seem to be mad that she's so young and inexperienced, all these things, but I was like, she knows her references.
She really does.
She knows her fashion references, her pop culture, like she knows some shit.
Rumor on the street is her first gig was 10 months prior to this.
Right.
But that she'd been like
drag.
working and like practicing her drag makeup for like 2 years before that.
Even 2 years is a very short amount of time.
Sure.
As polished as she is, I'm still like living for Valentina. I mean, people seem to be mad that she's getting so much praise.
I guess the thing is, for me, I really enjoy her.
Some people were saying they find her fake. I do not. They, like that she puts upon this smiley, you know, whatever. I think that's her.
Yeah.
I think she's a Pollyanna.
Whatever is lacking in any of those certain categories is made up for by just like this certain like charisma.
Yeah.
Uniqueness, nerve, and talent. So then Ru goes to Trinity Taylor, who is
Aqua Pussy.
Right. Which was a really fun idea.
Yeah.
I liked it, and then I loved the idea for her starfish companion.
Well, they just have this really long conversation that purely consists of them just saying chocolate starfish.
Kids don't know they want a chocolate starfish until they've had a chocolate starfish. You know?
I was gonna go with the chocolate starfish, but then, you know, the kitties, they don't know if they like color, not just a chocolate one. Well, you don't know you want a chocolate starfish until you've had a chocolate starfish, because chocolate starfish are the best kind of chocolate starfish. I mean, it was just like, I live for a chocolate starfish.
Are you kidding? I live for chocolate starfish.
Who's not here for innuendo? I'm here for it. Always.
So Ru is like, oh, you know, Valentina won last week, but you were pretty close to winning. And Trinity is just like, I know she's been doing drag for less time, and she's younger, and fuck that bitch. And Ru is dying.
Fuck that bitch.
But I was like, Trinity was in third last week. It was like Valentina, and then Shay, and then Trinity.
What was Shay's?
The Grace Jones skeleton.
Oh my god, absolutely,
suit.
absolutely, you're right.
So I was kind of like, she was acting like
it was so close, you almost had it.
Really almost won. It was like, well, you were in the top.
That's true. They really changed the narrative on that one.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, wait. So then they're still in the workroom. Farrah is just having a meltdown.
Oh my god.
I don't want to do this.
I mean, she's
well,
like,
she just basically was like, Eureka, will you make this?
Eureka, and then I did love that Eureka was like, you're a drag queen, bitch. Don't be afraid of a hot glue gun.
Just do it, girl.
That's what I like about Eureka.
Yes.
That kind of stuff.
That was...
Where she's just being her sort of like hometown self.
Yeah.
And not just being like, joke. Or you're like,
yep.
Shh.
Yep.
Shh. I think I like Eureka out of drag more than in drag.
Maybe.
I said it. Well, then there is that whole conversation with Cynthia and Kimura about, we had to talk about cuckoos more, right? I mean, that was necessary.
But see, I actually kind of really like this.
It was kind of funny.
It was like, it was cute because I guess in my own mind, I was hoping that this would like kind of
be
end
the final,
cuckoo.
the epilogue of
Yes.
the cuckoo chapter.
Exactly.
Like, stop.
And close.
Is it like the hole or is it like the butt? Because I'm a little confused.
You know, it can be like the butthole.
But it was like, oh, okay, at least we know like what the fuck this came from.
Sure.
I still want you to say it less.
I still would like you to never say it again, possibly. I could listen to Cynthia say butthole like for like days.
The butthole.
No butthole. She said it really funny, and I liked it.
Maybe we should drag that out.
Butthole.
The butthole.
Butthole. It was really good. Kimura was like, do I have a cuckoo? And
Oh, and it's just like, I have a cuckoo, you have a cuckoo.
Please never say it again. So, they're all putting on their makeup.
Are you afraid of what America is gonna think of your makeup without Facetune?
So tell me, do you think people are gonna be upset when you can't Photoshop your face all the time?
Because your makeup's busted. Like, that was like what was happening.
I think I look almost the same.
Awkward silence.
And everyone was like...
Oh, and just crickets. And Peppermint's face, too.
Well, Peppermint was like, what? And Kimura just does like a lean back, like, girl, are you kidding me? Well, then Shay breaks it down once again. Our tour director, Shay.
My favorite moment of this episode. Shay Coulee just going, some girls.
Sometimes girls that come up via social media can get a lot of praise for the way they present themselves online.
This was where the editing was absolutely a 15th queen.
Yes!
And was shady as fuck.
We'll just put these pictures up here where she looks nothing like you've seen on the show.
You got your filters, you got your Facetune, you got all that.
Oh, look how beautiful her skin looks. Oh, you can see her eyes. Like, it was like so shady. And then Shay's like, you know, and then you see them in person. And sometimes you're disappointed. Long pause. Well, going from that, like, hilariously shady conversation, it really turns. And they talk about Pulse and Orlando, and
I got
so emotional.
It's
like, this might have been the most upset I've ever been at a drag race.
I'm so glad that I'm not the only one.
Are you kidding? I mean, oh my god.
But like, I mean, you know, sometimes you're just like, oh, that's such a sweet moment or whatever, and then for whatever reason, this one really...
For good reason.
Well, I mean, it's sure.
Yes.
But like, it just like, ugh.
Trinity talks about how she was there the week before and she knew a bunch of the people, and
And then Cynthia...
And Cynthia was supposed to be there and, you know, knew people who died. I mean, it was just...
And then they were showing people's pictures of, like, this 25-year-old girl. Oh, my God. You're just like, oh, my God.
It was really...
It was.
Sasha gave a nice sort of intellectual take on it, which she tends to do.
It's so important as queer entertainers to lead the way. We need to come together and be proudly, visibly queer.
So that was a lovely, touching moment. I mean, they always do that right before, like when they're doing their makeup, and I'm always like, why are you talking about this now? Like, you're all gonna be like Farrah was like, like she was a mess, and I was like, me too, girl, but I don't have a face full of makeup. Like, I was like, oh my God.
So quick commercial break. Yes. And we'll be right back with Princess, Runway, and a lot of shade.
And some actually exciting Untucked.
Praise Ru. Welcome back from your potential not commercial break. Thanks a lot, Google. So in case you didn't notice, we're wearing some more fabulous t-shirts. Different Ru print that we just like basically bought a lot of things.
It's so good.
I bought a clock.
Oh yeah.
With Ru's face on it, and I'm not sorry about it at all. But then, so this is our shirt from MovieBitches.threadless.com.
And we've got more smushed drag faces.
Smushed faces.
We got some ornacia.
Yes.
So Ru comes down the runway.
Looking like a disco ball.
Well, it was like cellophane. It was like pinstriped cellophane.
It was a disco ball.
No, it was
they were like little bejeweled.
It was like that iridescent cellophane.
Was it?
Was it just me?
So allegedly, apparently, and I tried to Google it and I couldn't find much, so I'm just trusting y'all. Matthew Anderson, he's not on Drag Race anymore doing Ru's makeup and hair.
Okay.
And apparently in his stead is Raven.
Okay.
Which, get it.
I mean, yeah.
Also, like, yeah, that's probably who I'd pick. It concerns me. I'm like, what's going on? Fucking Lucian went crazy.
Well, Lucian lost his mind.
What's happening?
Santino's gone. Merle's gone. What's next? What's next? Michelle?
No, that's never gonna happen.
Carson? Sure.
That's fine.
Ross? Great. Todrick? I could do without it. Let's be honest. Could do without
it. He just doesn't give a lot as a judge, you know?
He's got a full Prince Charming outfit on and I'm like, I'm bored. How did that happen?
Exactly.
How come Michael Urie hasn't been a guest judge?
I think he has.
Oh, has he?
Like once.
Cool.
But not like a recurring thing.
But
I would be down.
I would be so down.
Has Sean Hayes been a guest? Because also down.
Also down.
I don't know.
And I don't think so.
Has Megan Mullally been a guest? Very much down.
Oh, can Megan and
Nick
be
Swartzen?
Offerman?
No. Offerman. Nick Swartzen's a different person.
I almost said Ron, so I guess we're just really like...
Oh, that's what it was. Ron Swanson, Nick Swartzen, Nick Offerman. That was the equation.
I knew it started with an S, though.
First down the runway, Cynthia.
Princess Kukulina. So this was kind of boring for me.
But it looked more homemade than a lot of the other looks. That's what I'll say.
Fair.
She looked like she was... I don't know, from the Republic of Candyland?
Oh, she's from the Republic of Cocktail Land?
Like, it was like, I'm not quite sure, but some things going, but like Regency era Empire Waste Candyland? It's weird.
It was a little weird.
And then she had like a Christmas ornament on top of her head. Remember she had like a big glittering, like, Christmas
Yeah.
It was weird.
Well, whatever, that could be princessy, I don't know.
What? What?
I did kind of like her little rabbit sidekick.
Protecting her from getting her ass grabbed or something?
That was stupid. That was stupid. But then I liked the, like her advice for her is always have a clean cuckoo for others.
This was when I was like, I've had it.
Sure.
Stop talking about your butthole. But please continue to say butthole.
The butthole.
So next was Peppermint, who was Princess Carcinogenta.
Well, it's Carcinogenetta.
Princess Carcinogenetta.
She really was like looking like Jennifer Hudson this episode. Like she just looked really beautiful.
I liked her sidekick.
I liked Petey the pilot light.
Yeah.
Like, her pad was right. Like I thought the dress was cute.
Yes.
When she turned around, it was like, oh.
It's not just her pussy that's on fire.
It was not like, oh my god, this is the best. But I think it was a combination of she made an actual outfit.
Yep.
And her sidekick was somewhat funny and made sense. Also, where the fuck is the footage of them recording themselves looking like idiots with the green screen around their face going, and my princess, Farrah, whatever.
Thank you. I wanted to see that.
I
wanted to see that too.
really wanted to see that. That would have been so funny.
Yeah.
Where's the coach? Where's Lisa Kudrow coaching them through this hilarious mess?
Or like Andy Serkis, or
sure. Love that idea.
Wait a second though.
I'm
here for like
a
fuck
challenge.
This challenge.
A challenge where they're in the green suits with the sensors, and Andy Serkis is teaching them how to be animals, and they just look like idiots.
And they have to like design the makeup for them to CG onto them.
Yes.
I mean, they don't have the budget for that. Maybe like Industrial Light and Magic can sponsor an episode of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Not mad about it. I'm still waiting for the Face Off Drag Race crossover, where the drag queen beats their face, but the Face Off contestant they have to work together to make a fabulous. I mean,
it's so great.
I really, really want it to happen.
It's so great. Also, that should be. Oh my god, I know what it is.
What?
It's the Family Resemblance Challenge.
Sci-Fi's on board for whatever.
For what?
Like, they get a call from RuPaul and they're like, yes. Whatever you want, RuPaul. We love it. I'm shocked Sci-Fi hasn't picked up Skin Wars. Guess what channel Skin Wars is on?
I thought it was on Sci-Fi.
Take a guess. Game Show Network.
What?
Right?
Coming up after $64,000 pyramid. Skin Wars? Anyway, next up, Pheromone.
As Princess Pacifica.
Oh.
With her sidekick, the Blowfish. This is what I'll say. And this is why I think maybe Farrah wasn't at the bottom. I have two reasons why she maybe wasn't at the bottom. This one is her concept was solid. I understood her concept. It was like, I'm the PR person for this socialite who lives under the sea. It's Paris Hilton under the sea. I got it.
Her biggest flaw was obviously that skirt.
Well, her outfit. I mean, she literally
was,
it was like Derek Barry made her outfit.
It's a piece of fabric.
It's the curse of the Vegas girls. All they can do is wear a bra and a piece of fabric.
Right. But her face did look gorgeous. She's very pretty.
She looked very pretty.
I also liked the makeup for her Blowfish.
Well,
it's just her biggest problem was her reading of it.
Well, the reading of it, I think she needed to ask somebody else to like actually paint eyeballs.
I am the Blowfish. I help her do these things.
The phrasing was very...
It was just so stunted. Like if she'd just practiced it a few times reading through and given me some like charisma and like energy, I think then it's a look if she's just like, I'm this creepy Blowfish that doesn't have eyeballs.
Right. So next down the runway was Charlie Hides.
Yes.
As Princess Climaxica.
Her makeup was...
I thought this was the best look of the night. Like, look.
Her, like, British fairy
she has
lady.
This sort of fairy godmother, which reminded me of... Remember on Rocky and Bullwinkle, they would do fractured fairy tales? And it was like the silly fairies would come out and... Well, it looks just like it.
It was smart to do the British thing, and it was like, you know, like the kind of like the British nanny. I like that it was like, my job is to keep her from like making too many puns. How am I doing?
How am I doing? Like it kind of had a self-awareness to it.
Yes.
Which I appreciate.
Yes, and I do think she looked gorgeous.
I mean, this look though, it was like this copper, it looked like that gold sort of aluminum copper that is in all those sci-fi movies, right? Like up in space, like NASA uses like the gold foil.
Yes.
She looked fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Next up is Eureka as Princess Swamp Bottom.
No, it was much less clever.
Good.
Princess Eureka of Daria.
Oh, right.
This was like a huge disappointment for me because I was like ready. I was like, yes, she's gonna be Swamp Thing. She's gonna have fucking like gross sewage hanging off of her. It's gonna be like Toxic Avenger. Like she's gonna be nasty. And I was like, I'm so ready. And then it was like, oh, you painted some cockroaches on your face. That was it.
Yeah.
What else read swamp to you? I mean, it was literally a black bathing suit with like a corset and an overskirt with jewels on it. I was so confused.
Where did the jewels come from?
I was so confused. Was there even a thing in her dog talking about like, oh, we collect treasures that people like flush down the toilet or anything?
I don't think so.
I don't think there was. I was so mad. Like, why didn't you have like a nasty ass mop as your scepter?
Yes.
And just be full Toxic Avenger realness. This was so weird. This was so weird for me.
It was definitely hashtag missed opportunities.
For sure. There was no
Going.
sewer rats. Like, why a puppy? Wouldn't you have either a sewer rat or an alligator? You know, because there's a whole thing about like flushing the crocodile, alligator down the toilet.
Yeah.
Have a little alligator and be like, I got flushed down the toilet and Princess, whatever the fuck her name is, found me and saved me.
Or Pizza Rat. This is my sidekick, Pizza Rat.
Oh my god. But like, yes. You know what it is? When she's in drag, she goes for the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
And when she's out of drag, she's just her silly self.
To help make her dream of being on the top a reality.
When she was like, I'm gonna be the sewer princess and really think out of the box and be gross, I was like, but you already did like gross redneck lady.
True.
So like, what? I think she thinks, oh, I'll be gross and that's funny. And I'm like, not really.
So next up is Alexis Michelle.
As, I'm saying this right, as Princess hashtag Subway Fish.
Right.
She put the hashtag in her name.
I didn't get this concept at all.
Oh dear God, her sidekick, who looked like Ornacia. Like he literally looked like Ornacia. And it was great.
Okay, so did
her-
Alexis Michelle turn into Caswell?
This just felt really weird.
Really weird.
Like I was watching it and I was like, I'm uncomfortable.
Chief swim off.
I was like, this is really weird and I don't get it.
I liked her look. I thought her face looked beautiful.
It always does.
It always does. And her hair was really pretty. The dress was, like I said, it was very 50s, you know, circle skirt, had crabs on it.
It did.
Crabs are funny because of crabs.
Yeah.
There's a lot of venereal disease jokes. It was like, okay.
Oh, don't be so crabby. There's a cream for that.
So then next up.
So then next, down the runway.
Yeah.
Are you ready to talk about this? Next down the runway was Kimora Black as Princess Banana Lady. It's never not funny. I was like, oh, she's gonna be like Jane's cousin, Janice. You know, like Tarzan and Jane. And I was like, oh, she'll be like
Princess Banana
her
Lady.
prettier cousin Janice. Like that would be a joke. And then it was like Princess Banana Lady. What? She really doesn't know how to use words. She's like, that was the theme of the night.
Talking about hashtag missed opportunities. Why wasn't she Princess Power Bottom?
Sure. Because the only word that she knew was banana. I literally don't remember anything that her monkey said other than banana.
Banana, banana, bananas. Banana, bananas.
It was just like, blah, 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 banana, da, 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 banana, da, 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 banana, bananas. And then she was eating a flattened banana, and they were talking about bananas. I'm going to say this, maybe a controversial statement. This was my favorite look of Kimora's to date.
Wow.
Wouldn't you say? I never liked her padding because
Right.
it looked super fake.
Yes.
So this, I was into.
I thought she looked kind of fine.
She looked really-
the leg weird furry.
She had furry boots.
Yeah, that
and
was
a
nice.
furry shrug.
Why white furry boots and a white long fur
Look,
shrug
now,
if you're in the jungle?
I am not trying to say that this was a fantastic look. I'm just saying I liked this better than all of her other ones.
Oh my God.
Her face was very pretty. Her wig looked great.
Yes.
She had a very Tia Carrera in Wayne's World, like during the music video. Remember, like she's wearing that like leather bikini. She's like, is that the snake or you?
That's you. Or the snake.
Wait, well, her sidekick looked like Raja.
Yes.
I pretty much knew she was going home when she said, Princess Banana Lady. At least be Princess Banana Hammock. Right?
Not quite. That's like
Princess Banana Hammock.
Princess Banana Eater. Banana, I don't know. Just don't.
Well, this was my thing. She kept being like, I don't know how to draw a monkey. And then I was like, then
why'd you pick a monkey?
Why'd you pick Tarzan's girlfriend? Now, if she had made a bananas in pajamas joke, boy, remember Bananas in Pajamas?
No idea what you're talking about.
There was this kids' TV show that is the single most catchy theme song.
Oh.
Bananas in pajamas are coming down the stairs.
Bananas in pajamas are coming down in pairs.
Do you remember Pants Off, Dance Off?
No.
Oh my god. Pants Off, Dance Off was a real show.
I believe you, but I do not know what you're talking about.
You're lucky. It wasn't as exciting as you would think it would be.
Is that as exciting as Bananas in Pajamas?
Absolutely not.
Great.
So the next tab, Nina Bonina, Bafana, Samana, Brown.
Pinkett Smith.
Yep. That was good.
I hope Ru keeps adding,
Yes.
people with combined names.
Yes.
I hope that is the thing that keeps
I
happening.
I agree.
So yes, she was Princess Zathena. Oh, yeah. The alien princess. I thought this was fabulous.
I thought it was really fabulous too. I do get it was very similar in the structure and design to her Peach and the mouse.
I'm not mad at it, but I get it.
I wasn't mad at it either.
It's not as
Right, because we've already seen her do it.
Right, but it was fabulous.
It was fabulous. I guess maybe it was a little less princess for them, and that's what they didn't like. Also, I thought her robot...
Well, I thought her robot was real low energy.
Yeah.
I'm here to teach her to love who she is.
Maybe she was trying to do a robot thing.
But then do a robot thing where you are talking...
I'm the robot. That was the worst part for me, was that the robot was like, okay.
Whereas the other queens that were on the top, they had good looks and they had more fun sidekicks. So I think that's why she wasn't in the top. That's why she was safe.
Exactly. Her sexy alien was totally reminding me of, remember that Tracy Jordan sketch on SNL where he was Astronaut Jones? I'm taking a rocket, da, 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 da. Anyway, he would go to a planet, inevitably, and he'd run into some real sexy aliens, and they would be like, we're the peacekeepers of planet Voltron, and blah, blah. They'd be giving this whole speech, and he would just be like, yeah, uh-huh.
Or why don't you drop out of that green jumpsuit and show me that fat ass?
Let me see those titties, or whatever, and it was so funny. So she would have been from an Astronaut Jones planet, and I was like, I want to watch that.
Yeah.
She was also giving me sort of that silver look from Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, where she's on top of the bus with the silver and the shoe, and just I was like, yes. Oh, and then she totally did some voguing on the runway. She did that duck walk or whatever that. What's that called?
Duck walk.
She totally sold the runway. It was her downfall was that her sidekick was but they were all kind of. Yeah.
That's true, but some were a lot worse than others.
Slightly more.
Next up was Sasha Velour, who, I really liked.
As Princess Uglina.
Right. So she way overthought this.
This was so overwrought. I'm trapped in a cage of self-doubt.
Right, yeah.
There's a cage on my head.
I opened the cage and I set her free.
But she thought she was real deep about it.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it, but I was definitely no. She had her little troll person.
Right.
At least she did a voice.
Yep.
But I thought the look was real boring. It was just a piece of white satin, column dress just gathered in the back.
Sure. And the little flowers and stuff, but...
Oh, I thought those were cotton balls. Those are flowers? Oh, the red flowers.
The red flowers.
She had white fuzzies. Her face was flawless.
Yes.
And I did enjoy the sort of message, but I was like, this is so overwrought.
I appreciated, I think the thing for me was that I appreciated that she took a path with it, and she's like, I'm gonna make this a fairy tale with a message and whatever. She thought it through.
So next down the runway was Shea Coulee.
Yeah.
As Princess Aquaria.
Yes.
Kelp corset.
You know what it reminded me of? The corset reminded me of that Japanese drawing of the tsunami.
Uh-huh.
But 3D.
Yeah.
It was cool. I liked it.
I thought this had a lot of presence. It was very impactful. It had a big silhouette, and I was like, yes. And it was like a dress. She made. They said she's a costume designer, and I was like, I can tell.
Yeah.
She fucking made that in 3 hours or whatever.
And then she's like, I didn't have time to have a fitting.
Right. I was like, okay. I was like, I wonder how much time Farrah spent on her fitting. I did it. But how much did you love her Bette Midler from Hocus Pocus wig?
Yes.
Oh my god, it was so fabulous.
Yes. Yes.
I really like this.
I did too. I don't remember her sidekick.
It was like a little tooth fairy looking thing with like, it was like a ballerina fairy. She had like a tutu and it was kind of forgettable. That's why I think she was safe.
I like her.
I mean, she
was getting some sass tonight.
We will talk about Untucked. I was like, you have saved it. Somewhat. The best part about Shay's runway was then at the end, Ru goes,
Why don't you come up and seaweed me sometime? No?
No? Nobody's laughing. I was like, dying.
I loved it too.
I was dying.
Ru had some really fun moments on the runway this episode.
When she was like, my eyes have been closed this whole time.
I actually had a bad batch of uranium once. I sold it to the Russians.
I remember that day.
Next down the runway, Valentina as Princess Vera.
Yeah.
Who also had a fairy godmother, but it was really just her head and wings.
Yeah.
It was like she was a floating tooth or something.
It was like
But she put on a silly voice.
Yep.
And it was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. It was just like the hater.
Again, none of them were funny.
No.
But hers was like, it was very beautiful. She had Marlena Dietrich's wig from Destry Rides Again on. It was sort of like an ice skating outfit.
I liked it. I could see why some people were maybe frustrated that she was in the top 2, basically.
Sure. The biggest problem with the whole outfit was the butt part really did look homemade. Because it wasn't quite thin enough to be a G-string. It wasn't quite wide enough to be a bottom. It was just kind of this weird, and it seemed to be very stiff. Are you ready to talk about it? Aja as Princess Disaster with her smoke cloud?
My name is Da Sister, and I am Princess Disaster Smoke Cloud.
I mean, that's what it was like a... This was insane.
It was insane.
The only way to describe this is that it was insane.
The biggest frustration for me was that like she had this whole backstory, right? Like mom and the volcano and whatever, and that's what she wants to be.
Yeah.
But I didn't get any of that. And I kind of wish, like, if you wanted to be like a volcano, why not have like, I mean, she had like the big red wig, right? But maybe then everything else is not.
Black.
Or green. Or in my head, I thought of that lava, I lava you.
Oh God, yes.
But like, do something like that, right? Where it's like you literally look like a volcano.
This was like assless chaps with like a 1940s bathing suit top, the coverage and the thick straps.
Yes.
Thick straps, to hold up the big pointy boobs that weren't there.
Bazungas.
The bazungas. And then this floor-length orange faux fur coat. It was very 90s for me. It looked like she was going to some very bizarre rave. It had a very some combination of Hey Arnold characters. Just something about the shape and the volume. You're like, are you a cartoon character?
If I saw her walk on stage and someone was like, she's a princess, what princess is she about? I would never in a million years have gotten to volcano. She looked more genie in a bottle than any, I don't even know.
Yes.
It was like...
Oh, I could definitely see, late 90s Christina Aguilera wearing this. It would have been terrible, but I could see her wearing it.
I have the new age mindset to kind of make this extremely avant-garde and high fashion.
Mm-hmm. It was a disaster.
I mean, I will say this. She sewed something. It was fucking ugly. It was like a weird super, like a X-Men you've never heard of or something. It was weird.
It's like, oh, this is your audition for the Incredibles sequel. What character are you
the villain?
Be? Yeah, sure. She's Lady Disaster.
She did kind of have Jason Lee's hair.
Yeah.
When you think about it. So it all came full circle. So last,
but not least,
Trinity came out as Princess Aquapussy.
Yes.
Princess Horina Aquapussy.
Ah, Horina.
Her look was very good.
Yeah.
I didn't love... She did this thing where she sort of had dark paint on her legs and arms and around her face.
Yeah.
And I think it was obviously on purpose, but to me it looked like she smudged herself when she did the quick change, because the quick change.
That's right, she did the quick change.
The quick change was a quick change, and it was good. But it
Charlie,
looked like,
take notes.
It looked like, did the outfit sweat and then you smeared yourself? A little bit.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't understand what that choice was necessarily. But she did have this sort of, I don't know, 1950s mermaid Hawaiian thing going on.
She just had so much fun with this.
Yes.
That it really came across on stage, and so it was hard not to have fun with her. Her energy was what sold it. It cinched it all.
Her sidekick was the closest to being funny. I liked that it had a mustache.
Yeah.
It was a totally different look.
Yep.
It was very silly.
Yep.
So they have the judging. Peppermint explains that, when she was a kid, she almost set her whole house on fire. Valentina's reaction face was just like it was a lot. It was really funny. It made me laugh. But that was nice.
I liked it.
She turned a bad thing into a positive.
Yeah, and it made the whole look and thing
make sense.
Yeah,
it wasn't just a flame. It was specifically a pilot light.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah.
And Ru got to say,
only you can prevent grease fires.
Ru was having a lot of fun this episode.
She was having a lot of good lines this week.
Yeah.
Because Ross wasn't there crapping it up with all his damn puns.
You're right. Todrick was just there being like,
Todrick was there. Carson was there.
Carson was there?
Exactly.
Basically, Ru and Michelle were there.
Ru and Michelle were there. And then Cheyenne Jackson did a Sean Connery impression.
Yep.
That was about it. And then Kimora talks about her very serious and real struggle with not padding this week.
Oh my god. So this was the moment where I just was like, oh, so Kimora's going home. Because Ru and Michelle...
No, it wasn't until she left the room.
Well, sure. When she left the room, then Michelle was just so dismissive.
Michelle took an after-school special monologue moment to be
telling us about her struggle.
A struggle.
With not wearing hip pads.
Not wearing hip pads, my God. Can you be alive and still be made a saint?
You can make an exception. That's what I want.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yep.
It was so funny. And they're judging Aja. And
and Michelle.
She's Banji. She's from Brooklyn. She's just hanging out with her little clown friends in the club. And Michelle is like,
did anybody get that?
No.
Us neither. So.
Trinity wins.
Kimora and Aja are in the bottom.
Yeah.
And there is an audible gasp.
Dear, but you're up for elimination.
I think Ru wanted to throw Aja a bone and let her lip sync, which is her thing.
Right. So they lip sync to
Holding Out for a Hero.
Yep.
From Footloose.
Oh, is it really from Footloose?
It's from the soundtrack.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I need a hero.
Oh boy. So it's Kimora and Aja lip syncing. And
I'm just gonna go ahead and say, I think this is one of the worst lip syncs I have ever seen.
Well, so Kimora doesn't know any of the words. It's just a mess.
Maybe 15%.
Maybe. She's really just
hero.
I'm sexy. She was doing a lot of here's my tits, ma. She didn't know any of the words. Her death drops were really just sort of falls.
Yeah.
Falls to the ground.
Yeah.
And then trying to pretend like it was the sexy thing that she was doing. I did love, she sort of really shows her ass to the judges, and I think it was Todrick was he stared at it for a while. The build up to Aja's lip sync,
I didn't think she was good at all. She didn't seem like she knew most of the words either.
I think there's two things. Part of it is, Jesus Christ, you can't see where her mouth is because of her lips.
Sure.
And also it was a lot of peas and carrots. Just my mouth is really wide, and so blah, blah. There wasn't a lot of articulation, right? And so it was what's that Eddie Izzard thing where he's talking about the national anthem and having just big mouth, even if you don't know the words. It was no one will notice because you just got big mouth or whatever. It was that's what it felt like to me. It was very high energy.
Yes.
She was living for herself. The twirl and splits was good. Was fucking epic.
Yep.
I did love that.
Yep.
And then when she did the blood or whatever, remember she goes crazy at some point. At some point it was oh, she's a demon. She went full demon. And I was this is scary. I was mad because I'm sitting there going, oh gee, great Ru, aren't you glad you saved Kimora? Who would have fucking killed this challenge? James Mansfield, who walked in with his own goddamn sidekick puppet. Like, I was just like, come on!
Right?
So that was a bummer.
Yeah.
But Untucked was not a bummer. I am so excited to talk about Untucked.
Bing, bing, bing,
Well, I'm not excited about that.
Oh, okay, good. Oh my god, wait.
Wait, what?
I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. Can we just talk about for a minute? Fucking Wendy Williams needs to go the fuck home.
It's literally like, oh, that happened, and then they lip synced. I liked it.
Here's a commercial.
Like, there's no...
It's nonsense.
There's no room for content.
I don't know what it is. I don't get it. I don't like it. I hate it, actually.
Well, first they're all talking about who they thought
It was like top and bottom.
top and bottom, and that they didn't really...
They were all just like, oh my god, it should all be us. Why are they in the top?
Yeah, and it really gets good when Eureka is like, so, who out of the contestants would you sleep with?
Right.
And Shay reveals herself to be like a slutty slut, and I was into it.
I don't know if she's a slutty slut. She's just open. She's down to kai with whoever.
I would kai with Alexis. Oh. I feel like you would be fun to kai with too, Charlie, because I feel like you're a nasty little...
And then my favorite...
Oh my god. She's like, I totally hate fuck Valentina.
I would like hate the shit out of Valentina. I feel like she could. I feel like that bitch could take a.
Oh yeah, you know she's hungry for it.
Nina was great this episode. She would just be real quiet, and then she'd be shady.
Well, because she seemed pretty pissed.
She seemed mad that she was in the bottom. But
Yeah.
then Cynthia is talking about Kimora and Trinity and like how she loves sexy silicone, and then Nina just goes,
Kimora does not have any work done. Imagine.
This is the fairy tale episode.
And then they're like, Nina, who do you think? And then she's like, and she goes, I plead the 8th, which is like the, excessive bails or fines.
Oh, good.
And like a cruel and unusual punishment amendment.
Wait, but actually, no cruel and unusual punishment is kind of like the best low-key shade, where it's just like, oh, you thought I was like being silly and making a joke about like not knowing plead the 5th, but really I was saying that having sex with you would be cruel and unusual punishment.
Now, if that was the case,
Love it. This was really a fun episode.
Shay
of
was
Untucked.
really taking me on a journey with her.
Yeah.
When she was just like, well, Nina.
Well, if you ever need someone to hit it from behind and tug on those braids, call me.
All 4 of them.
And then the top and bottom girls come in. And they're like, who's in the top? Who's in the bottom? What's going on? Or whatever. And Aja's like, well, I'm in the bottom.
And Alexis is like, no!
Everyone's like, no, you're joking. And she's like, no, girl.
Obviously, everyone, what the fuck are you all talking about?
They said my character made no sense.
What? She's joking, y'all.
I'm shocked. I'm not joking.
So they move on.
Yes.
It was like, Kimora, blah, blah, blah. Valentina, what did they say? Oh, you were in the top. What did they say about you?
They said so many things. Like,
You're perfect,
some
you're
of them-
beautiful, you look like Linda Evangelista, you're a model.
This would absolutely be like the clip, one of the clips at the beginning of Untucked.
When they did the medley of all the best clips.
Yeah, this would absolutely.
Oh, you're so perfect.
Yeah,
Oh my
you're-
God, your nails. Oh, did you stone those yourself?
Yeah.
Like, she's just like all of that. I was like living for it. And then Valentina's face, like, girl.
She could walk out there in a diaper, and they're like, Valentina, your smile is beautiful.
Aja was like, I just really thought I had something with this look. I thought I was on the top, blah, 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 all this stuff. And Farrah goes, well, I mean, girl, like.
They called me unpolished.
I also want to commend you on
Well,
something.
the wig could
Sarah?
be glued down a little bit, and I would have done a black spank, but I...
But you, like, fucked up, though. Like, what's going on? And it was so good. And Asha's response is, well, you could have helped me glue my wig down. You could have made me some spanks. You couldn't even get yourself together.
Girl, this is RuPaul's best friend race. That's not her job.
It's not RuPaul's top sweatshop race. That's how you use it. And then they cut to everybody helping Aja, like,
God.
collect herself.
Right? She's like, oh, let's glue your wig down. Oh,
They're all like-
let's try and fix these fucking assless chaps.
Like, they're all kind of being like, oh, now that we look at it up close,
You really are a mess.
it really is a mess. It's like a Monet. And except from far away, it was bad too. I mean, it was literally like Aja had never heard criticism before.
Pretty much.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Where it was like, oh, everyone has always just told you that you're great. Oh, you're great. You're fabulous. You're fabulous. You're fabulous. And it was like, you have some work to do. I mean, they all kind of sat her down. Like Farrah said, you know, you're kind of a mess. And then Valentina was like,
It was said multiple times, we can't see your eyes. Maybe that's something that you could imply to show that you are listening.
well, Trinity broke it down.
She did.
She was like, look, you signed up to be criticized. They are judging you. This is literally the point of the show.
Yeah.
All they want to know is that you are listening. And I was like, girl, you watch this show, you get it. Like, Trinity gets it. So they're all fixing up Aja in one part of the room, and then Kimora decides that she's gonna have a moment and be like, Farrah, I'm so glad that we're the two. I mean, it was like the sentiment was real, but the words coming out of her mouth were nonsense. It was basically just like Vegas queens, girl, makeup, Vegas queens,
sisters,
Vegas showgirls, because we're on the only Vegas showgirls. Everyone back home sucks. You know what I mean?
Well, and then there's that weird shot, so they're like, 5 minutes, girls, and then Aja is like in slow motion, and there's just VO of her being like,
I really need a hero right now.
Speaking of 5 minutes, though.
oh right, they're like 5 minutes, line up,
And
line
like
up in
no one is
order.
getting their shit together. And Shay is just like,
Who's after Peppermint? Why are y'all acting brand new? We gotta get out of here. Who's
Okay.
after Peppermint? Damn.
It's Who's After Peppermint? I was like, once
great.
again, tour guide.
Yeah.
We're walking, and we're walking. We're stopping. Really good episode of Drag Race.
a really
Like,
fun
had a
time.
blast.
I had a blast.
Certainly the best of the season.
Oh yes, so far.
I hope this is only an upward trajectory for drama and challenges and creativity. And please, where is the mini challenge? Because where is it?
Yet to have one. 3 episodes in.
Maybe it could have been like, be your best wax figure next to Ru.
Please, if you've been enjoying our videos,
Oh, yeah.
make sure to click that subscribe button right
Yes,
there.
please subscribe.
And the little thumbs up if you like it. That helps us a lot. It helps other people find our videos, so please do that. We've enjoyed reading all of your comments
Love
and
it.
stuff.
Oh my god, somebody's comment about Charlie Hides Out of Drag being Albert Nobb's realness had me cackling.
For realsies, though, spot on.
Loved it.
See you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday. Mockingbird.
Everybody, have you heard?
Have you heard?
You gotta find me a mockingbird.
Mockingbird.
Nonsense.